Ahoy salty dogs, Lenscap here, and welcome back to Project Titan. So, I've been a bad Lenscap for the last couple of weeks, and I've completely neglected my YouTube channel. Instead, I've been focusing on developing a more substantial presence over on Twitch, which, by the way, if you're interested, is going pretty well. But I should probably not neglect this as well. So, we've had a couple of weeks of live streaming for Project Titan, so this episode is going to serve as a catch-up video, but not a mustard video, but a catch-up one. We're not going to build anything new today, but we are going to review the things that we've done in the past several live streams, and just so we can get everybody back up to speed from both places. So if you've caught the live streams, I do them every Saturday. I started 11 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday, so come hang out on Twitch. There's a link in the description if you're interested in that. So the first thing that we did was this ship, the one we've been working on with the big gun and the sails and stuff. Here, I'll hop out on the outside so you guys can take a peek. This ship, right? This one. This is the one. It's this one. This ship. We've got it as near to finished as we possibly can be until the power update comes out. So I'll show you, as far as the ship being unfinished goes, in the rear of the ship here, that's going to take up basically the engine compartment. We're going to have an engineering room, which is where our reactor will be housed and that kind of stuff. So that's the only thing that we're missing, though, is that reactor and the room around it, I guess. So let's do a walkthrough of the ship real quick, and just, I'm in a little bit of a hurry. I don't want to miss anything, but I also don't want to overlook anything either. So I want to make sure we've got a couple of things to grab. So this is the bridge of our ship. I love this bridge. First of all, it's really detailed. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of flashing lights, a lot of blinking things, a lot of moving parts. And as we add systems and stuff to this, we can replace pretty much any of these decorative like servers and stuff with computers, with like ship computers. Like a cannon computer or a missile computer or whatever we end up using. It's all going to depend on how the power update is ultimately implemented there. But I love this bridge. We've got 3 stations. Here's the captain, and then we've got somebody sunken in here to the left and sunken into the right. There's this like red ambient glow in here, and I really dig that. I think that's a really awesome touch. I don't really know what else I can say about this bridge, but this is the bridge. It's sick. I really dig it. Also, if we go down, let's grab some gravity since we're meant to be in gravity. If we hop down into the galley area, we added in these 2 final rooms in the back. Right now it's a little bit of trouble to navigate. You kind of got to jump on the table. But yeah, so that's the thing. So we've got the public permission on this door. This is our bathroom. Very simple bathroom. We've got like a toilet, a sink, and a shower. Our crew of 8 or possibly 10 or whatever people all are going to have to share one bathroom, so that sucks. Here's the captain's quarters. So this is what we put on the other side. We've got a captain's quarters. It's very basic, very simple. He's got like a desk with a console and a cot or bed or something. There's also a smuggler's hold down here. So that's kind of neat, just like a little hidden area. Don't tell anyone. Man, this is really dark. If you hit C on the lockbox that's right here, though, then you can kind of see that there's loot stashed everywhere. Hopefully you can see that. I realize it's pretty dark in here, so that may not be the best clip for YouTube, but that's the thing we added. So, all right, so that's the captain's room, and I think that's it for this ship. That you guys on YouTube have not seen. Everything else we added on Twitch. We did this in a video. I'm pretty sure we showed parts of this. This is our cargo area. And we've also got force fields that we can turn on and off with buttons from inside to repel boarders. Alright, so that's a thing. The next ship, so the next week, that was 1 week and we finished the ship. The next week of live streams, we built this little baby. We're calling this lovingly the Bludgeon class fighter. So we built a little fighter. It's about the same size as our shuttle. It's a little bit smaller than the shuttle, actually. But, it has virtually no interior. Being a fighter, right? What kind of interior is this thing really gonna need? So, this is all of the interior. It's just a cockpit. There are a couple of spots like right here and right here for systems or, weapons computers if we decide to add anything else. We don't have any, superfluous weapons or secondary or tertiary, effects on the weapons right now. They're just we've got these dual beam cannons that stretch all the way, down the back of the ship. I really like the look of this thing, man. This is a really, really cool fighter, in my opinion. So it's beam weapons, so that means it's gonna get up in your face when it fights, and I really like that. We've got some really interesting, in my opinion, detailing going on for it being such a small ship. We've got the same kind of like mechanical feel that we've got, throughout other parts of the, of the fleet and stuff, and I really like this. I think this is a really cool touch. It's got these two large cannons, or these two large turrets, rather, on either side of it, to give it just a little bit more firepower. And again, there are no internal systems at this point, just because we're waiting on the power update for that. Oh, look, I don't need these here. Alright, fixed it. It's amazing. It's wonderful. We repaired everything. Alright, so that is our little fighter, the Bludgeon class fighter. And we built these specifically for use with a carrier, which is the next ship that we're working on designing. We'll do one more fly around this thing. I think this is an awesome little fighter. It's got a lot of neat details. We got these little intakes sunken in. It's got these wingy bits on the engine. This curve we've done here with the slabs, I think, is very interesting as well. But my favorite part of this ship is from underneath. Is this back section right here, where it kind of has this swooping whoop, shape like this, and then we've got this pipe to kind of fill in some spots, but it feels pretty industrial to me, and yeah, similar to how that ship is, but obviously we don't have as many blocks that we can place, so not as many details that we can include. But I feel like we've done a pretty good job with this little ship. I definitely dig this thing. We'll do one more flyover. I like it. It's got one docking point on it right now. Again, it's just beams. There are no secondary effects. I'm waiting on the power update to decide if we want secondary effects. I've heard that after the power update, they're going to do a systems update as well. So that's a thing too. This is what we did in our most recent live stream. Hi, what is this? This is a floating light. Okay, great. That's awesome. This is what we did in our most recent live stream. We started on the carrier I mentioned in the previous clip. Now what we have here is not actually gonna be the carrier. This was more of a, proof of concept for the hangar bays. And, I made a template of them so that we can actually, when we do get to building the carrier, we've already got the hangars done. I feel like this is probably, for a ship that's gonna be this large, if we zoom out, this is half of the hangar bays for the carrier. So this ship is gonna be probably 1.5 to 2 more times longer than it is already. So, if this long to this long, I don't know. It's as big as the entire rest of the fleet. Plus we're gonna have this copied on the other side, this way being the front. Ignore the arrow at the top of the screen in the middle. Again, that's just a template. So this is what we ended up doing with the carrier windows. I want your opinion on this though, because I'm not sure, and this was a big kind of point of contention we had on Twitch. Here we have one option for windows. This is we've got 8 ships in here. 2, 4, 6, 8 ships, yeah. And I couldn't decide how to kind of divvy up like the doors for the windows. They're these water force field things that we've done, so you can pass through it without any collision. Here, check this out. Let's activate it actually, so you can kind of watch it in action. One more. Hey, hi. Spit them out. Are they moving? They may just be really, really slow. I think they're moving. Okay, whatever. They're not moving. It's fine. So the ships will come out. They'll park like this with the engines out, actually. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I couldn't find a way to kind of park them facing the other way without making these hangar bays enormous. Like, they're already pretty big, but they would be significantly larger if we did this, so that the ships could turn around inside. Let's take a look at this hangar bay, though. I've made a template of it. And here, it's actually called, let's find it real quick, Hangar 1. We want to load this. And prepare for horrible lagginess of doom. This is our hangar template. I'm just going to plop it down on the side right here. So this is one module of the hangar, and the hangars are 4 of these modules wide. We'll have one array of 4 on each side for a total of 16 fighters that'll come out of this. I feel like that's a pretty good size for a carrier. So this is an interesting hangar because if we look in here, we can see the ship fits in it basically perfectly. There's not a lot of extra room here. In fact, that turret is going to brush against this whatever it's called. I don't know. Beam. Sure. Vertical beam. But what makes this hangar interesting is that it's inverted in the middle. So you've got gravity that holds you to the floor, but there's also gravity that will hold you to the ceiling in this hangar bay. So you could look up and see somebody working upside down below you. And that's kind of awesome, I think. There are these catwalks we've got that let you access the top of the ship. And I've included this little maintenance bay that you can actually get in these. This is completely functional. Well, functional as StarMade gets, you know. You can get in these so you can access the bits on the underside of the fighters. You know, if you need to do some work on the engines. So I thought that was a really cool touch. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do maintenance bays like that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do like a flipped hangar like this before either. So I think that's going to be a really cool thing once we get it implemented into the ship. I'm not sure how we're going to flip the gravity for the top bit. To be perfectly honest, when we get out there, that's not something I've really considered yet. But we're not far enough in the progress of the carrier that we really need to worry about that. So some cool details we've got. This vertical pillar, this beam, has this curve to it that I think is really cool. It like curves out in the middle. There are these truss work supports that are way neat. That kind of hold up the catwalk and divide they bisect our hangar. And then the way these pillars work is they actually touch each other inside. So we'll take a look inside here. And so it's kind of trippy, like looking up and seeing the ground. At least it seems weird to me, like an MC Escher painting or something, which is kind of cool. So that's cool. I threw these cargo boxes in here just because it felt empty and it needed something. This is just proof of concept area, so we don't necessarily, we're not necessarily going to have cargo there. I We might end up, I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out when we build the actual thing. But I really like this. We're gonna do something more interesting with the walls. Right now they're just flat hull, and to be honest though, that ain't bad. You know, even just having these walls as flat hull, because the rest of the room is so detailed, it's pretty sweet. I think it's kind of cool. You know, you've got some really cool views in here. Like if you look across from here, look at that, man. This hangar feels gigantic, and it's twice as big as, you know, like it is gigantic, but it's like all the space, or, you know, most of it is used, because you can do that gravity inversion trick. I guess it's a trick. So that's where we stand on this. I think this is a really cool hangar design, personally. I'm really proud of this, and I think it worked out pretty well. This will be like a walkway, and there'll probably be like a door here that leads off into the ship, one way, and then maybe a door on the other side over here doing the same thing, you know, that leads off into the ship. Kind of thing like that. Yeah, so building without a HUD with Lenscap. That'll be a thing, and then obviously to be mirrored on the top, as well up here. So that'd be cool. I had considered, somebody suggested putting area triggers along the middle, like along this central thing. So you can just, if you're like on the catwalk and you just jump. Well, I can't jump, I'm in build mode, but if you're in the catwalk and you jump, then it like flips you over and lands you on the opposite catwalk. That's kind of a cool idea. We might incorporate something like that too. That's pretty interesting. It'd be hard to get area triggers to work both directions like that. I'm not sure that that's really possible. Maybe. We might be able to do it. I don't know. I'll have to mess with it and decide. One point of contention we had on the stream was how do we do the openings when we get the actual, you know, like how do we do these doors? And if you look at my template that we pasted down, I don't have the doors in place because I'm not really sold on this yet. I'm not really sure how we want to accomplish this. There was this big debate about each ship should have its own air door space, or it would look cool if you doubled them up, or maybe you should double them up vertically. So there's like a dividing line here and not here. Or get rid of the central dividing line and just have two like long thin doors. One for the top section, one for the bottom section. And, yeah, all of those are really good ideas, and I don't know how we're gonna settle on one, for the final version of the ship. You know what? Let's do this. Let's talk about it on YouTube as well. I want your opinions on this too. So, here's what we've got. We're gonna call this 2 wide, 1 tall. And here are the individual doors. We'll call this 1 wide, 1 tall. That's easy. We'll call this one 1 wide, 2 tall. I like this one. Ignore that there's no water blocks in the middle. I just did like a quick and dirty edit. And then this is the last option, 4 wide, 1 tall. I still don't know. I think we need to see it in the ship before we can decide, really. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Which one do you think looks the best for a hangar door opening, hangar bay door? I don't know what you would call it, because it's not really a door, right? It doesn't move, but, anyway, I digress. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. I'm sorry I'm having to do catch-up episodes like this. I'm gonna do my best to stay on top of the YouTube stuff a little bit better. But until next time, guys, stay tuned.